Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, starting a new vlog week. Today is Sunday, January 16th. June 16th. And I'm about to get, well, I've been working, but that was part of last video. So here's where I got to on that. I got my 1,000 stitches into Lady of the Flag for homework last week. I got it done just in time. It's actually like 1,023. I don't know, a little crazy. You have to finish the strand, you know? So there she is, and she will be getting put up until for a while. And then now I'm going to work on my daily 30 on Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream. So we'll begin this block right here, I believe. Maybe a little bit in here, but mostly here. And then I will pull out Dash Away and do a daily 30 on it. And then it should be midnight and time for the new homework, which I still need to figure out. So I will come back at that point and check in with you then. See you soon. Hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, so I thought I recorded earlier. I didn't. So we're playing a little catch up. So I finished my 1,000 stitches on Lady of the Flag. It was actually 1,023 because, you know, when you're working on a piece of floss, you don't just stop. So she looks amazing, and she'll be getting put up until the next time she comes out. Maybe a little while. I have a lot of whips to shuffle through. So then before midnight, I wanted to get my 30, my daily 30 on Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream. So there was like 10 stitches in this block I had to finish, and then I got most of that done for 62 total stitches in 30 minutes. Not bad. So I worked on that. Then at that point it was almost midnight, so I made a round, came back, it was midnight. I pulled out Dash Away, which is my Whip Go project for the week. And I said, okay, you know what, I'll just make it work for one of the homeworks and then put it away, and then we'll pull it out tomorrow for whatever reason. Well, in pulling it out for homework, I finished my goal, my Whip Go goal on this. So I technically do not have to continue working on it because I was just supposed to get the top through Vixen. That was my yearly goal for this. So Whip Go on this is completed. I might continue to work on it tonight if I can get it to fit one of the other homeworks. The one I had it fit was, okay, so we need 5 parts to a potion, one for each of the houses, and then a 5th one. And so the Hufflepuff portion of the potion also has to do with the air element, personality traits such as patience, and I don't remember, there was other ones. I used the element air because Santa's reindeer are flying through the air magically. So it is magical and air related. So if I could get it to fit for another one, I will do that. So right now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to continue to work on because I have the 4 other potion ingredients to do. I started to spin just my decision wheel and realized that when I spun Flossmas the other day, it didn't mean the Flossmas project, it meant all my the Flossmas wheel. No bigs, you know, I got that ornament finish. So anyways, the next thing I spun for tonight was Luck of the Irish, but one, I don't think it'll have enough stitches on it to complete any of my homework, and 2, it would really be good for my Focus Finish Fridays. So I'm going to add that to the list and then pick something else. So I hadn't gotten that far, but I wanted to show you what I had gotten done, and then I'll check back in with y'all later. Okay, see you soon. Good afternoon, everybody. Zoom out just a little bit. One of these days I'll get that correct. I'm constantly moving around. You see new parts of the office all the time. All right, it is Monday, June Still trying to make it January. June 17th. Right? Yeah. And it's about time to get started stitching. I didn't get to check back in with you this morning because a couple of people, especially the guy that's in the office on the other side of that glass, was here really early this morning. I should say the few that came in, because with it being the day after Father's Day, apparently a lot of people took the day off. So, so what I worked on this morning, I just ate hot wings so my nose won't quit running. Wow. Okay. So I showed y'all Dash Away, and I think that's the last thing I showed you. That was what I used for air. Then I spun on my little spinner, and so my thought process was I will spin. If the results that come up, I can fit it somewhere, I'll pull it, and if not, I'll respin. So my first spin, I was like, that's not going to work. Or it's going to be too hard to get 200 stitches on. And then I switched, or I spun again. And that one wasn't going to work because it was going to be too close to a finish to be able to count all of them all. I spun again. It came up with the first one. And then I was playing with my spinners. Anyway, then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? That might actually work. So I pulled it out. And what we have is the map of Aberdeenshire. So since I didn't pop in, I didn't get to show you, but I was like right here. I had all this right here done. So I was trying to do the border so that I knew like all the dimensions of it. Let's see if I can see what y'all are looking at. Okay, there we go. So that's what I worked on last night for distance. I don't remember which one. I think that's the second one, but I don't remember what it is. But anyways, I said because a map has distance, or a map represents the distance between places, and it also, so it had to have been Ravenclaw because it had something to do with water. There are representations of water on the map. So it worked for, and that's just one. The distance and water were both something that you could use to classify it. So there's where I'm at. Belinda. She wants to kick me because I'm getting so much of it done. I think she still hasn't even started it, and her husband really wants her to do it because that's where he's from. And that's where my dad's from. Well, my dad's lineage. Her husband is more direct. I mean, like, I think his family still lives there. But my dad, it's his ancestors. It's where his name comes from. So I did the 200 on that, and then I spun again. And the next one that came up was Happiness. This is an Etsy pattern. Very bad. I don't like this fabric at all, but I like the color, so I'm dealing with it. So the only new stitches is this V, all of the V. So I pulled this out like right before I had to get packed up, so that's why I'm still working on this one. The quote is an example of idealism, and ideally I would love to live a life where I focus on happiness all the time. So anyways, it says, happiness can be found in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. So it's about finding what makes you happy when you're not. Right? So that's where I got on that one, and I'm going to continue to work on that one tonight. But first, so that's why it's still on the Q-Snap. My 30 minutes on Alice in a Dolly Dream. We'll be finishing up that little blue square right there. And I'm not going to be working on Dash Away because I did hit my goal. And so I have so many other pieces I need to work on that I'm not. This one's going to be very low priority for a while. So I think I think I need like a high priority wheel and a low priority wheel, since on one of the ones I downloaded at some point, you could choose, you know, it may be tiny decisions that you're able to put like 1 at 2 and 1 at 1 and 1 at 3. And so the priorities are different, but I'm using decision roulette. And it doesn't let me do that. So that's so pretty. I'm almost halfway done with it. Like this is halfway, I think. Anyway, what was I saying? Priority. Oh, because everything new that I started this year is low priority. The few things that are 2 years old are the highest priority. Things like that. I don't know. I need to figure that out. That's not right. Okay. So, anyways, that's what I'm... Oh, also, because I've already thought about it, I picked my next 2. So, this one is Owe Them All. This was started during Mania this year. And here's where I got to. I am going to use this to represent honor, because it says we don't know them all, but we owe them all. And it's talking about, you know, the soldiers who have given us our freedom. So I'm going to put 200 in that for that. Also, I should say that since these are technically being worked on, even though it's 200 stitches, they're getting moved to the don't work on again until you've emptied this bucket. So it's going to cause me to get through that bucket a little faster. It will make it harder when I'm down to like 5 of them and I have to make them fit for things. But hey, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay, and my last one, I'm trying to remember. Oh, Earth. Earth. So all of this comes from the earth. Well, maybe not the ribbons, but the flowers and the berries and the little pumpkin down there, all are part of the earth before they are put on this wreath. So I'm going to put 200 stitches on that for earth. Can I get that all done tonight? Who the heck knows? But those are the plans. And then once all that's done, then I will be spinning the wheel and trying to make whatever comes up there fit into Cheryl's group challenges or whatever else. It's kind of a priority thing. Hers are a little broader, a little easier to fit things into. So I'll stitch something and then go, okay, where can I put it? So, in fact, happiness is going to fit on one of Cheryl's because there's a round glow around the candle, and that is one of the prompts to stitch on something round. So, or the wreath would work too, but I already put this one on there. So, all right, I'm going to go get to stitch. Oh no, one more thing. This is a box from Belinda. She is such an amazing and sweet person. So what I asked for, she had a bunch of Mirabilia she knew she wasn't going to stitch. And so she was showing it off to a group of us, and each of us kind of claimed something. I do not have the cover though, so I can't show it to you, but I can tell you, the Petal Fairy is the one I got. Just keep knocking stuff off. And with it, she sent Surfboard Santa. It'd be adorable. Also, this beautiful little heart. I love hearts. I would have a whole collection of them if I could. Come on, focus. There we go. Little rhinestone heart is adorable. But my favorite, and it just fell off because I was moving the pattern around. My absolute favorite is this little owl. And he needs to go on my Owl Dad stitching immediately. Okay. So then she also sent me a whole bunch of, they call them lollies. For us, it's like a gummy candy. So we got snakes. She tried to send me ones different from last time. That one was different. Frogs. My kids are out of town, but they're going to come home to a very nice surprise. Pineapples. Although I'm seriously tempted to try them. And Carmela koalas. I think she sent this one before. For sure. But you can't get a package from Australia and not get some of their Cadbury. Because it's amazing. She also sent me these mint ones. I did already bust into those at home. I just tried one. They are very, very similar to the Girl Scout Thin Mints. But they actually have like the cream in them like you would like in a peppermint patty. You know, that little cream? Anyways, it has the cookie and then the cream and then the chocolate. But it tastes just like a Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie. And then, my favorite. Like, it's probably a really good thing that I can't find these locally because I would eat them all the time. They're so good. That's why I'm refusing to open this right now. I brought it in so that it's in the AC and because I'm going to show y'all. But I'm not eating them tonight. I'm not opening them. But that probably won't last long. The kids probably won't get any because they're not coming home for another 2 weeks. So, sorry. Okay, sorry about the crinkle. She sent me some 32 count Lugana from Color Cascades. No, wait. No, this one is Seraphim Hand Dyed Fabrics by Lori. It is a 28 count linen. Custom. She didn't give it a name. Anyway, it is a beautiful gray fabric. It smells really good. That is gorgeous. I will definitely use that, despite it being linen. And it looks like the linen that's like as close to even weave as possible. Kind of little stiff, but not uncomfortably stiff. I think she's just excited because she sent me a set of fabrics several months ago, and every single one of those fabrics is in a project right now. Like, I don't waste time. This is Color Cascades. This is the 32 Lugana. And this beautiful pink color, like, absolutely gorgeous pink color from Color Cascades. It was Fabric of the Month for August 2017. It's just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Belinda. It's all, I feel very special. So, okay, especially because it's not cheap to ship all this stuff over here. So there's a lot of thought and caring that goes into sending a package like this. Okay, so I'm going to get to stitching and I will check back in with y'all later tonight. Good morning, everybody. It's time for a check-in so that I can clear off a Q-snap. Here is Happiness. Look how gorgeous that is when you can, you know, not see through the fabric. So about here is halfway. So I'm getting really close. This word darkness is halfway. So I'm getting really close. That was 214 stitches on that for Idealism and wood. So then the next thing I worked on was Owe Them All. This one I used for Gryffindor's Bravery because it's about, you know, soldiers. So got a good little chunk added in there. So now I just need to work on Autumn Wreath for Earth and I will be all caught up on homework. So also, when I showed you the stuff Belinda sent earlier, something had fallen and I didn't notice. So this is a piece of Huntress by Picture This Plus. I love this fabric so much. I had a piece of it for a while. I had the opalescent. I think I like it non-opalescent much better. This is a 9x9 piece, so good for some kind of ornament or small thing. So I'm gonna go do a round. I'm gonna get back to stitching, and I will check in with y'all in the morning. Bye. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. It is Tuesday, June 18th, 17th, 18th. I'm a mess, y'all. I just want to do a quick check-in. My husband's out mowing the yard right before the storm comes. I didn't get to do a check-in this morning. When I finished my 200 stitches on Autumn Wreath. So, like, right here, all that's new. Sorry, my lighting is iffy tonight. So, finished the 200 on that. That completed homework. All done. And, I don't know what I'm going to work on tonight. So, why don't we spin? And we will find out. My decision roulette is all updated. I decided to make copies of all my wheels and then be able to edit the non-copies so I can delete things so I don't spin them over and over and over again. Oops. I'm trying to hold the camera in one hand and spin the wheel with the other. Oh, that's why. There we go. Why is it not focusing? Oh, guys. There we go. Flossmas. So now we're going to spin that wheel, which means it'll be something pretty small. Alright, Summer Sparkler. So I'll get that out and work on it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Good evening, everybody. Look, it's getting worse, not better. Okay, that's the best I can do. So I know I haven't checked in a couple days. It is currently Thursday, June 20th. My hair, I just got out of the shower. It's a mess. So the last time I spoke with y'all, I was going to work on Summer Sparkler Party by the Frosted Pumpkin because I spun it. And here's where I got on that. So I got quite a bit done. It was like over 300 stitches. I was also organizing a bunch of stuff and, you know, cleaning my house and do a little bit of this, stitch a little, do a little. Okay. So then last night, what was Wednesday, June 19th, we had our first Stitchers Unite live stitch thingy on YouTube. So here's how it's going. Okay, one, we created, this is a virtual Stitchers update for those of you that are interested. We created a YouTube specifically for going live with virtual Stitchers. So it will no longer be on this channel, and it won't be on anybody else's channel. That it'll be specific to virtual Stitchers. I will link it below so you can go and subscribe, so you can get alerts when we go live, if that's something you're interested in. I will also link the Facebook group so that if you're interested in joining us. Right now, the 19th of the month for the rest of the year, I will be doing what we call Stitchers Unite, and each one has its own theme. So this month's was Hades. No, you do not have to stitch a Hade in order to participate. It's just an idea to group. Like, we have found that when we do a theme like that, we get more participation because people are like, oh, well, that makes me pull out my Hade, so I'm going to join. That is the whole premise. Do you have to stitch on a Hade? No. Come and just cheer everybody else on. It was really fun last night because we cheered mini victories when you started or when you finished a block or when you finished a color, or we had some people that were starting Hades for the first time. We talked about, you know, what made you choose your first hate, how many hates you have, how you worked yours. It was amazing. It gave us, when the conversation went low a little bit, it gave us something to talk about. I just absolutely loved it. So it's looking like, so I won't set up July's until the 1st. We have a poll in the Virtual Stitchers group where everybody has added their theme or designer or whatever it is that they would participate for. And then they vote, and you can vote on as many as you want. Personally, I voted on everything I already have a project for because I'm not looking to start anything new right now. So right now it's looking like July is going to be Lizzie Kate. So if you have a Lizzie Kate you want to pull out and work on, come join us. If you just want to cheer on and see what everybody else is working on, join us. Okay, enough of that. We have a new challenge style that's happening every month. So any project that is a new challenge to you. Some people started shadow lanes or hades, or they're beading for the first time, or it's just a hate that they are having a hard time getting through. Whatever, we're there to support each other. That happens every month. I don't know the specific date yet. Just know that it's been 2 months now. We've had 2 meetings of that. We also had a Mira Sal that started at the end of May that we will be doing every month. So look for that around the end of June. Okay, that's my Virtual Stitchers update. So I worked on Minnie, Alice, and a Dolly Dream. First I did my 30 minutes for the day, and then I worked on it all night. So I got an entire diagonal done last night and started on the next diagonal. So I'm fixing to do my 30 minutes a day on that. In Virtual Stitchers with some friends, but not live. Okay, so let's see what else I'm going to work on tonight. And while I load that, in case you are not aware, and if you are not aware, I will be surprised. For anyone who either 1, plays Pokemon Go, or 2, loves Harry Potter, Niantic, which is the people who created Pokemon Go, have created a Harry Potter Pokemon Go. So it's called Wizards Unite. It came out today for the UK and the US, and we're all sharing our friend codes and that sort of thing. So it looks like Fairy Tale Lands 2. I haven't worked on that one in a good long while. So I've been playing that all day. All day. And I didn't wake up till 4 o'clock this afternoon, and it's 10 o'clock now, but I've been playing it for the last 6 hours. So I will put my code below if you want to friend me. You need 20 friends for something or other. So, alright, so I'm going to get to stitching on that. I will try my best to come back and show you where I get to on each of these projects. And if not, I'll catch you as soon as possible. Bye. Good evening, everybody. It's still hot, so I'm here in front of the AC. I know that I checked in with y'all last night. By the way, it is Friday, June 21st. Yeah. And I checked in with you last night, and I said I'd check in this morning, but I didn't. You wanna know why? Because I didn't do anything. I didn't stitch at all. I started to, and then I didn't. I did some cleaning, I did some organizing, I didn't know stitching. So, and so Fairy Tale Lands 2 is going to go on a back burner because today's Friday. And what I try and do on Fridays now, this is something I'm just starting like last week and this week, is I want to focus on a finish. So I have a short list of things that I know are within a day or two of finishing, and I'm going to pull them out on Fridays. Tonight is Pretty Kitty November by Buttercup Designs. As you can tell, it's like at least halfway done. It didn't take any time at all to get this much done, so I'm going to stitch on it until it finishes. Also, there is a challenge in the Daily 30 group that you need something with a cat on it. So double duty, That's why this one, out of the ones that I have that are close to a finish, this one was chosen specifically because it can fulfill that and also get a finish tonight, which will be my third one for June. So I'm doing pretty good. I wanted to show y'all. So maybe I think I grabbed the wrong piece of paper. Oh, please. Found it. Okay, so I was starting to get a little overwhelmed because June is rapidly approaching its finish. I'm not gonna be here for the last 5 days of June, and there will be next to no stitching, if any, done that weekend. And there was still so many challenges I hadn't completed yet, or even started to think about. So what I did was I went on to Jessie Marie's recent video where she goes over her whip go sheets and stuff. She gives you an event tracker. The one she uses, you'll actually see that in the video before the last one. I'll try to remember to link it below. She explains how she uses it, and then on both videos she gives you the link for it. I took that idea and modified it a little bit to work better for me. So I'm going to show that to you now, and I'm hoping this will get me a little better focused. Also, I've decided that instead of changing whips every day, because I'm in so many challenge groups, I'm going to complete one challenge. So when I pull out a whip, I do that challenge, then it's complete, then it goes in the other box until I've emptied my box. It's going to get harder as there are less whips, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe one night I'll, because I can plan through the end of August with School of Magical Stitches extra credit. And anyway, so maybe there will be nights where I finish a challenge on this one and then just stitch on this one the rest of the night. And then for some of the ones that aren't going to fit challenges anyways. So here's my modification. I did it horizontal instead of vertical, and I've added a few extra rows. So first, it's supposed to say due date. I don't, Sam. So these are all due June 30th. That's supposed to say 30. It says 3. And the 28th. So here is because some of the challenges are pretty wordy in what could apply for them. I think there's an ant biting my butt. Anyway, I just wrote the name of the challenge itself, and then I can pull it up when I'm trying to decide which project to work on. So I say May, June, extra credit, number 1. I have a code here on the edge to tell me which group. This is School of Magical Stitches and Literature. For that particular one, I don't even know that I have a project that will fit. So it's just a question mark. I tried. I have one that could fit, but it needs 500, but the challenge is 500 stitches, and that one is rather difficult to get 500 stitches on. Something needs to pop and it's not. Okay. So then, and then I marked up these 5. Okay, so each one of these boxes is 100, and this one it only takes 500. So I crossed out the other 5, so I know when I get there, I'm done. A better example, May, June, extra credit, number 2, some School Magical Stitches and Literature. Fairy Tale Lands 2 fits it, so I will come back and work on that one, probably tomorrow. And then the 500 for it. I tried my best to make one fit in for multiple groups, but it didn't always work. So down here I have my codes. So D30 is Cross Stitch Journal and Daily 30. School of Magical Stitches and Literature, SMSL. Ultimate Cross Stitch Group, Sane Stitchers, Full Coverage Fanatics, Soulful Stitchers, Cross Stitch Finish Line. They've each got their own little code down there. So, and then these are I haven't posted the new one. Cheryl just posted. I need to go through it. Oh, and then these Okay, so this one takes up 4 rows because it was 3,900 stitches, so I go all the way to there, which is why that takes up that much. Then down here, these have 2 options, 200 or 300. That's why there's a line in between, because I can stop. Those are crossed out because if I go any further, I don't get anything for it. So that is the way my brain works now. So I'm going to get to stitching and chatting on virtual stitchers, and I will check it back in with y'all here in a little bit. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It is Saturday. Can I get the angle right here? June 22nd. Well, it's actually like June 23rd sometime in the morning, but I haven't slept, so the day hasn't changed. Okay, so yesterday Friday I did focus on a finish, and I tried my best to finish this, but I just ran out of time. I could not do it. But I got really close, so it'll definitely be finished next time it gets pulled out. It did get 500 stitches for one of my daily 30 monthly things, and then some extra towards the pop-up event. So here's where I got to. Lighting in here is not great. Oh, there we go. So I just have the rest of the brown tail and another one of these light yellow tails in here, and it will be all done. So I will hopefully get back to that. Probably not this coming up Friday because we'll be out of town, but soon. Soon. So on here, you see June monthly number 5, Pretty Kitty November, 500 stitches, and then I added some. It only added like 125, but so just 1x to the shootout. So I'll work on that some more this evening. We were busy playing Wizards all day long, Wizards Unite. So, in fact, my husband is probably going to go out again later tonight, but I'm going to try and get some stitching in. I'm going to take this out of the bag because it's kind of glary. I ordered, Michelle Bendy did a live thing at her local needlework shop, Starlight Stitchery, and when they bought the LNS from the previous owner, she had a bunch of boxes of old stuff that hadn't sold, and so Michelle was live selling some of it on her Instagram, and so I got this one, which is very odd because I don't do samplers, but I like this one. So there it is. It's called Blessings from Above by Midsummer Night Designs. It says, home, garden, family, love, these are blessings from above. I don't know what I'm going to do about the alphabets because I just really don't care for alphabets, but I like that it has the Thorpe family. Of course, I would put our family name. So I don't know. I may figure out something to put in there. So there's that. It came in the mail the other day and I kept forgetting to put it on the video. Because I do that. I work tomorrow night, so I'll be uploading the video. Probably get one more clip after this one. Okay, and then they also sent with that a free pattern, so I'm going to try and show just the, there we go. This is by Tiny Modernist. It was made for her shop, for the Starlight Stitchery shop, so they sent that too. Okay, so getting behind on my dailies, just because I've been busy, and that'll probably continue to be the case until summer's over, if we're being honest. I'll do when I can, and when I can't, oh well. So tonight, I am going to pull out Fairy Tale Lands 2, like we discussed before. Here's where it's at. The first page is almost completely done. I mean, like, I'm just missing the back of Belle. But this fits in for a couple of challenges, so I'm going to work on it tonight for a little while. So my plan is I'll probably work on it tomorrow night too, until whatever challenges I have it for her done. So that's, I think, my new plan of action. Get us a little more stitches and things that way, but at least until I change my mind again, because we all know I'm going to do that. Okay, the last thing for me is a big thing. Last year about this time well, it was a little earlier in the year, but you saw my big thing, and then this is this year's. I fully finished something. What? I seem much better at doing this when I'm doing it for someone else than when I'm doing it for myself. So this is for our family reunion. We do an auction each year to help pay for next year's reunion. And last year I auctioned off Monopoly. It went for about 150 bucks, which is really good at, you know, a small family auction. So this is this year's. Isn't it adorable? It says Reunion 2019. I had to wing this because it did not come, the stencil I got did not come with numbers. So this is the top of an S and the bottom of a T, or the top of a T. Anyways, a 0 or an O, like that one over there, an I, and a backwards P. So, and then this, if you remember, I was stitching on this, The Best Memories Are Made by the Lake, and I attached it with magnets. Look at that lacing though. Like, for real, y'all. I managed lacing. It just popped right on there. So I'm excited to see how this one does and what people think of it. So that is it. I'm gonna get to stitching and I'll check back in with y'all later. Good evening, everybody. Okay, this is going to be the last clip of this vlog, and then we will start next week's. Next week's will be really late because we will be out of town Thursday through Sunday. So, and then I don't know when I work again yet. So next week's will be lit longer than, well, not necessarily longer. Longer time in between when you see this one and when you see that one. Not necessarily longer video because I don't know how much I'll be recording while I'm out of town. We're going camping, and camping is not very conducive to these sorts of things. So it may be a short video that you don't get for a while. Okay, so last night I spoke to you. I told you that I was going to start working on fairy tales, but that I'm going to continue to work on it until I finish whatever my challenges were for it. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm using it for, let me pull it up. I will pull it up. Where's my saved stuff? Come over here so I'm like talking to you. I'm a mess, y'all. Y'all know this. You should be so used to this by now. Okay. So for School of Magical Stitches extra credit, I am using it for stitch on a project that has an item you would find at a winter ball. Couples, fancy dresses or suits, snowflakes, food that could be found at a ball, etc. So Beauty and the Beast are obviously dancing at a ball. It may only be 2 of them at the ball, but they are. And they're both wearing their fancy robes. So adorable. And so I'm going to work on it for that. And then for another group, go to, and see, I have these, see here, next to Fairy Tale Lands 2, it says Tombstone, Arizona number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stitch on a piece with any kind of weapon or something that can be used as a weapon. Use your imagination. So the next story we're going to come to as we go down, and actually she's stitched, she's just under here, you can't see her, is Snow White's story. And so the poison apple is right here. So that is my weapon. Okay, my battery is about to die. I'm going to get to stitching. I'll check in with y'all shortly. So really quickly, because I haven't switched out the battery, here's where I've been working on her hair I got a little bit more of it done while watching some FlossTube. And I forgot I was going to end the video here so I can get it uploading while I'm here at work. So this is the end of this week's vlog. I hope you tune in next week. Remember, it will be shorter and further away, and then I should be back to normal for the foreseeable future. Thank you everybody who watches me every week, who likes, subscribes, comments, all the well wishes and prayers for Ryan. I'm much appreciative, and I will keep y'all informed. I will talk to y'all next week.